Hello everyone, and welcome back to Danjo Trains. Long awaited, I'm happy to finally present the complete double motor Orient Express. In this video, I'll cover the design details, where to get my free instructions, as well as showcase this beautiful Orient Express running on my train layout. I won't be covering any more testing in terms of speed or torque, as I did in the previous video. If you have not seen it yet, I recommend you check out that video to see what this train is capable of in terms of power. Today, however, you'll get to enjoy the Orient Express running at a leisurely pace. So, let's jump right in. Starting off from a side view, you can see that I added back many of the little details on the side, including these valve structures. There is a small gap next to them due to how I redesigned the boiler. I also changed all the railings to be in black. Due to the new boiler, which is slightly wider, I was not able to include the pieces that look like telephones on the side here. If we take a look from another angle, you can see how the boiler is slightly wider and rounder than the base model. This actually made it a challenge to add the railing back on, but I managed to find a way using lightsaber hilts in black. It was worth it too, because I find the roundness of the new boiler much nicer. Speaking of the boiler, it is actually one stud longer than the base model. If you count the gold stripes, you can see here where I've increased the length. This was necessary to fit both motors in the boiler. Now it's time to take a look under the hood. This is the double large motor setup that uses a differential gear. It's the big one in red. With the differential gear, you can control both motors independently, but they still add their power together when working in unison. Luckily, there's just enough space for the cables to run to the tender, which holds the battery hub. If we zoom in, you can see that there is a perfect gap that was designed for the cable to pass through. This allows it to slide unobstructed. Back to the boiler, this was designed to be its own complete assembly. Once removed, it's quite sturdy after I reinforced the interior. From another angle, you can see the channel that fits on top of the two motors. I redesigned this boiler several times until I was convinced that it was solid enough that it could not easily break even if roughly handled. Adding the boiler back on is simple. You just need to pull the cable with a bit of tension and then slide the assembly on. It clips down on the front so that it remains in place when the train is in motion. As for the tender, the only modification I made was adding this 2x2 tile on top, which I found makes it easier to open the lid. Last but not least, I replaced the couplers with these Technic pieces and axle because I found that the normal ones would come apart when pulling heavy loads. Now, this part is completely optional, but I want to briefly cover Pybricks. As I mentioned in the previous video, I've reprogrammed this battery hub with Pybricks so that I don't need to hold the buttons down on a LEGO controller anymore. I won't be covering how to install the software in this video, but I'll add a link to their website in the description below as well as the code that I used. What I do want to show you are a couple of things that I noticed when using Pybricks. The first thing is starting the hub. You need to press both the controller and the hub at the same time for a split second to get them to sync up. This takes a bit of practice. Next, when powering off, you need to hold the button on the hub down until you see the light blink rapidly. Just like that. That concludes the design portion of this video, so now it's time to sit back and enjoy watching the Orient Express run on my layout for the first time. Welcome back. It's time for one final design detail, adding the stickers. Some of you may know, when the Orient Express first came out, there was an error with the sticker sheet. Here you can see the incorrect yellow color. And here are the proper stickers in a shiny gold color. So let's add them onto the Orient Express. For sticker application, I always use a flat pair of tweezers. The smaller stickers are easy to eyeball and place directly onto the Lego. There, I think that looks good. As for the larger stickers, you're more likely to misplace them if you just eyeball it. I tend to measure the area using the edge of the sticker so I have a good idea of where to place it. And perfect. I'm happy with that one. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Instructions for my design are available in Rebrickable. I'll add a link in the description. I decided to make them free, but if you want to show your support, you can do so by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Also, please feel free to tell me what you think about the design in the comments below. That's it for today, but that's not it for the Orient Express. I want to take things a step further and supercharge the train, so stay tuned for an action-packed part 3 this summer. See you next time!